Hi there, it's Wendy from Ask the Landlady, and I got a great question for you today, which is how can I minimize my property turnover rate? And that's a good one because if you are having people move out all the time, that's a lot of effort to get the apartment redone and move somebody else in, and you feel like you're constantly working because you have so much high turnover, and you just want to retain your tenants and keep them in there for several years, especially if you have individual houses. I have people that have lived in their houses for 25 years. They were right there in the beginning and they're still there. That's the kind of excellent situation where you have had a long-term good communicative relationship with that tenant, and it's just worked out for you. Now, some landlords embrace turnover because it becomes a natural time when they can raise the rent. And that is true. When I do get some turnover, especially in a multi-unit where the rents have kind of stayed, and it's like, this is a good opportunity to me maybe to do an upgrade or to get that up. It depends on the economy, or they're building this plant over here. As these people move out, I can kind of get these situated to take care of this new swell of people coming in with higher rents. So that is a very valid point about turnover. But in terms of trying to retain your tenants, here's some simple things you can do to keep them longer. First of all, is to take care of maintenance requests in a very timely manner. That's probably one of the biggest concerns for tenants is maintenance requests. So that means stay on top of any complaints, try to keep things well maintained, and take care of those issues fast, because if not, they're going to look for someplace else because they're going to be irritated, like, my landlord won't come and fix the heater properly. They just keep coming over and it's not working. They're going to get irritated real fast and they're going to start looking. Number two is to keep your rents competitive for your market. So if you are at a higher range of a unit, you do run the risk of maybe somebody came into the area and they took it because they didn't know any better, and they start talking to their friends and they're like, oh wow, this is high, and they'll look and try to get out and move somewhere else. So that might be a thing. And while we're on that subject about, if say you have somebody in there and you go to raise the rent, that's something to be aware of. Don't have a huge increase like, I'm going to raise it $150. People are going to balk at that, and they're probably going to find another place to live. Now, if you're doing incremental changes, as with cost of living, $10, $15, $20 range, maybe even up to $50 depending on your market, those are much more palatable to your tenants, and they understand them, and they're going to probably stay there. So you want to be careful about maybe doing that too much. In addition to that, when we do go to raise rents, we do them in a more targeted manner, in which case we don't do them in May, June, July, August, right when it's very easy for people to move. We do them at very specific times, usually January. Nobody wants to move in January. So if you're doing that, January, February, right at tax time, they're like, okay, fine, I can swing another $20 a month, and it's not going to be something that causes them to do a mass exodus out the door. Another thing that some savvy landladies and landlords do is they offer some amenities to get people to sign another year lease. And I know some markets, not my market, they can actually do 2-year leases and longer term leases. We can only do 1 year, so that's what we do. But you can do that system of not going to month afterwards, but instead offering maybe some incentive, like, hey, do you want to sign this lease? We can lock in your rate at this price. And some people even offer an amenity like a gift basket if they come in and do that, or they'll paint a wall, or they'll put up a ceiling fan, something interesting like that. So that's another technique that you can use to retain your tenants, because again, it's not easy being a landlady or landlord, and we're all in this together. So shoot me a comment, hit subscribe so that we can continue this dialogue and all make a great profit in real estate rentals. Thanks, and have a great day.